There is a bunch of NYPD down the street here just standing around joking, seems like. I don't know. But with that said, everyone, as the title describes itself, it is time to leave New York City. So, I was in a conversation with a New Yorker. I just explained my concerns about New York, and she literally took it out of context a little bit. But then again, I should have expected that, especially from some New Yorkers that are native. Seems like you guys don't like the harsh commentary that I've been doing in this city. So, let me explain you why I'm leaving. First and foremost, I'm not a resident of New York City. Never was. Okay? All I tried to emphasize was some little bit of solidarity here in New York City, but that's a little hard to get when you have people out here committing crimes, hurting people, causing people misery, but also causing people to be very concerned about their well-being when they take the subway. We did a video emphasizing, is the subway safe or not? In some cases, if you're on a short trip, yes. If you're on a long trip, I'm pretty sure you're going to run into someone that's going to give you some compensation on the subway. It might be for your mask, just because you have Karens out there that love to nitpick on any little thing that they get their hands on. But why have I personally haven't not really been doing any videos lately in the last 3-4 days? Well, because an incident happened at Penn Station that kind of set me off. And it was basically the wrong turnoff. I couldn't believe why NYPD was favoring transit police and their outcome in their situation to try to charge me with a crime which I'm the victim of, when this homeless, delusional, unsafe and unsecured homeless man attacked me. But with that said, everyone, so I'm down the street here, and as you can see, a bunch of NYPD cops standing right down the street here. Not sure what the reason is, but it's Sunday, everybody, and I want to explain why I'm also leaving New York City. So I explain my concerns, and I'm going to explain why. NYPD sometimes on their phones too much. That's one of the big concerns here. NYPD needs to engage with the community, not be in their vehicles and not be on their smartphones. And yes, there are issued smartphones to report feedback, data, information. I get that. But they literally on their personal phones. So they're using that as an excuse to be on their personal phones. And I know paper and pencil going back to traditional is a waste, and environmentally a waste of time. Even though we are also we're kind of creating devices that also needs to be recycled. So, hello Z. So also another reason why I'm leaving New York City. The first reason is New York City's police department is so unbalanced. So, second, there's no fair justice in the system in New York City. Like I said, second, I was a victim not once but several times in this city, and no one wanted to address the issues that I was having. So I figured I address it for them by documenting everything that's been going on in the city. But transmission is unstable due to weak network connection. I really doubt that when I'm right here in the heart of the city. So with that said, everyone, I'm here at the Madison Park, down here at the Flatiron District. I slept here last night. It was a pretty warm and very pleasant night to sleep. Although you had the drunk New Yorkers and travelers and tourists out here last night causing a bunch of trouble. And here is another reason why I'm also leaving. The third reason, its mayor. Its mayor wants to profile a demographic in this city. which is the poor and the homeless. I say this because he started his initiative approach when he got into office. So, and now he wants to try to help homeless people here in New York City. A little too late when the damage has been done. New Yorkers fail to come together to reconcile its differences and try to be a one city that can beat them all. What I mean by that, New Yorkers, is that you could have been so much better than any other city in the world, showing how you can be in solidarity with each other, but instead, it's all about wealth, it's all about power, it's all about who wants this in their communities. So here's the fourth reason why I'm leaving: the violence. I was a victim of that several times. I got my iPhone broken. We got threatened. We seen the irrational behaviors in the subway, Penn Station, all over the city. So, with that said, fifth reason, the city failed to provide me assistance when I had COVID. We had to provide ourselves housing when we caught COVID back in December of 2021. Remember that? Well, I'm still upset about that because that was a financial cost from my pocket, and not only my pocket, but from my community's pocket that wanted to contribute to that. But with that said, everyone, I'm the Panda Photographer. I'm a travel professional documentarian, also a professional photographer. I sell my prints. I consult as a travel consultant. This is how I make my money after the pandemic and since the pandemic. I've been allied to a lot of 501c3 organizations. There are some 501c organizations that I do not trust. And I definitely do not trust any of the 501c3s in New York City. They just don't seem to get in grasp. We got a lieutenant, we got a captain, we got two captains popping out over here, as you can see. Look at that, two captains in the white shirts. But with that said, everyone, you guys want to support today's meal? There's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, because let's be honest, I've been struggling to even try to financially stay on my toes, do my laundry, pay my phone bills, eat in a proper state of mind. What I mean by that is I'm not obligated and I don't have the luxury to eat 3 times a day. I have 1 time a day to eat and it has to be good. Most people eat 3 times a day and live a good, healthy life. I'm not healthy, but I do have some back problems. I do have some health issues that need to be concerned. But with that said, everyone, I'm near the toilet bathroom here in Iron, and this is what the city needs. This is why I'm also leaving. You do not have enough public public urinal stalls or versatile unisex stalls. You only have it in certain areas in this city, which is really distasteful. I go to San Francisco, I can find one. I can find me one, I guarantee you that. I go to Portland, I can definitely tell you I can find me a porta potty. But with that said, everyone, New York City is a beautiful place, but the structure, the people are not actually coming together in solidarity. Everyone is separated. Everyone wants to see, oh, I'm better than you, I'm richer than you. I just had this conversation this morning with an African-American woman, and she says, I think I've seen you somewhere before. Did you make a video about the city or something? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you saw. And I explained to her, yeah, I've been documenting about the behaviors and how New Yorkers seem to be entitled. And she agreed that yes, we feel like we're entitled to just... And I say this because subway system. Listen, everybody. Listen, if you see a handicapped person or someone with a stroller waiting for the elevator, and then you bum rush the elevator to get on the elevator. Now they can't get on the elevator. Are you really a true New Yorker when you don't show that kind of respect to your disabled, to your veterans, to people in need of the elevator? You have legs, you can walk. But no, that happens quite often here in New York City. With that said, everyone, I just want to express my concerns why I'm leaving New York City. Now, I'm trying to sell prints right now. Guys, please go to my website, buy my prints. It really does help me at this time, guys. 8 by 10s, 11 by 14, 16 by 20s. Mind you, 16 by 20s are going to be roughly between $165 to $200. You could go to my website. You can look at the listing of the pricing of my prints based on the frame design and the shipping. Because shipping those prints are not very easy. There's a complicated process. I gotta buy special materials to bubble wrap. So that is a financial cost. So keep that in mind. But guys, please do support the channel the best way you can. Or support me as a homeless photographer, documentarian that's been traveling around the globe since the pandemic. So I really appreciate it that you guys really think about why I'm doing this. Listen, I'm not doing this for YouTube. I'm not doing this to please. I'm doing this to please myself. Does the disrespect for the disabled apply only to disabled who appears homeless, or do New Yorkers show more respect for the disabled nowhere and jump right in front of the door before the elevator door can open? And I couldn't access the elevator, but keep in mind, I waited those 3.5 minutes for that elevator. So, goes to show you that people are not patient. People don't show respect. Not everyone. There are some people here in New York City that do show respect. It seems like it's mostly the people that go back to West. Yes, I kind of love the Northwest Portland, Northwest lifestyle, because this East Coast, it seems like there's a bit of a confrontational war here in New York City. People want ground, people want territory, people want self-respect, but they don't want to give respect. And there are some people that do give the respect, that I do give respect here in New York City, but they are not being respected by fellow New Yorkers or people that travel. But keep in mind, look at those NYPD. Oh my God, it's fucking. So, with that said, everyone, you go downtown LA, you bring a tripod, you want to shoot maybe some architecture. You can't shoot the building because now you got security guards coming out saying you can't shoot the building. You can't shoot the building. Here in New York City, you do not have that type of confrontation. And as a photographer that's been traveling, this is why I say the city is so photogenic. It has the right state of mind for it, but it doesn't have the right state of mind when it comes down for the people. Oh my Panda, she is so beautiful for a cop. I'm sorry I said that on live stream, but she is smoking hot for a cop. But with that said, everyone, so Z, disabled person, can you verify the question again? Z, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Z for just trying to watch every single video in full. I just want to say thank you to some of you guys that actually listened to what I am saying out my mouth, because it seems like other people are misinterpreting what I'm saying out my mouth. But I have some audience audience that seem to try to be my parents. Listen, I'm 41 years old. I can take advice, but I don't take when it's someone's trying to self-control what I'm doing. Like, for instance, why are you still in New York City? Okay, financially, let me explain this once again. Inflation has skyrocketed fuel prices for everything that you use as an automobile transportation. Now, I want you guys to think for a second and rationalize this. Okay? This is Amtrak. Now, someone tried to compare apples to apples. I was like, okay, you think flying is cheaper? Okay. Well, flying is going to cost me about $300, right? Well, $241 one way, plus the luggage that I have. Not only that the airline is going to have a field day with the luggage that I have, but they're going to overcharge me for all of my equipment. With Amtrak, wait, you guys are probably saying, how much would that probably be? Around $250, plus the wagon. See, the wagon is a special item, it's not a stroller. So if I want to bring that in, that's luggage. That's another $50 to $75 to $100. So think about that, guys. So I'd rather do Amtrak because I actually like the trains better than flight. I don't have an appointment to get to Portland or Seattle or where I'm going on the West Coast. I don't have any obligations. So I'm not in a rush. But also, inflation started to fuel gas and fuel prices. Now, yes, it's expensive it used to be around $280 one way. Now it's like $544 business class one way. That's like 300% from the original price that it was originally at. But anyway, I just want to emphasize that, guys, do you have do I look like right now, at this time, do it looks like I have the resources to actually spend that type of money on a ticket when I'm trying to feed myself, house myself, clean myself, pay my bills as I'm a homeless documentarian, photographer, consultant? I feel bad about the disabled men and women in this city. I feel so bad that they're going to deal with bad New Yorkers that don't show them respect. But back to what I'm trying to say about inflation, prices on tickets. I'd rather take the train than take the flight that's going to overcharge me for my luggage. Mind you, I did the estimate. It's going to cost me almost about the same, but the airlines might charge me more than the train itself. Not only that, I might get some belongings taken from me while flying. Because, guys, I have some very delicate hardware like pliers, screwdrivers, flathead screwdrivers, Allen keys. TSA might find, you can't fly with this, sir. We're going to have to confiscate it. That's money that came out of donations, money that was spent to buying these hardware to repair the gimbals or tripods or whatever that may be broken in my arsenal. So take it with a grain of salt. This is why I don't understand some of you guys are over-rationing and overthinking this by saying things like, why are you still in New York City when you haven't been, have you actually been in tune with my content? Have you been watching my content? In full. What I mean by in full, this is why I was thanking Z for watching all my content in full, is because he is watching from beginning to end. If he doesn't watch it from beginning to end, he's actually either pausing it, watch it later, come back to it, because you can do that on YouTube. You can start off when you left off. Most people don't realize that's how the system works on YouTube now. But there are some people listening and understand what I'm trying to apply here. Panda does not have the financial resources because he is trying to sell prints in order to get to that goal. But here's another problem. You got individuals, people You got people in general. Let's just zoom here. Let's get a beautiful shot of this. Yeah, right there. It's beautiful. Let's just make this more about financial structure. People have been trying to tell other people in my audience, as a family, together, that Panda is trying to sell the prints. Panda is trying to do this, but he also runs into some type of trouble. Or, like recently, I had to get the laptop fixed, the USB ports fixed, because a couple of weeks ago, we ran into we were in the rain and we had some rain damage, and my ports got screwed up. Then it damaged one of my hub controllers. I had to go buy another one of that, because without that, I can't plug into other hard drives to get my work done. So, with that said, everyone, we got phone bills, we got insurance, right? Got to pay for the medical insurance, even though we have to spend half the money out of our pocket anyway. But that's the process, right? But for someone in my stature to be able to do that, homeless, you should be proud of me trying to do what I can to structurally maintain a financial structure without spending my money on dumb things like, I don't know, going to the bar. Trying to impress some hot girl by buying her drinks. And then you end up failing at the end of the night, like, yeah, I just spent $80 on this chick and she needed to give me a kiss. I don't have time for that. Why? I have time to put my money back into what the people put the money into, which is the content. Providing people with a sense of direction about my driven path as a video artist, as a photographer, as an illustrator, as a YouTuber. So this is why I'm asking you guys, it's time for me to leave, but in order for that to happen, I need you guys to do me a favor. This is why I said I'd rather you guys buy my prints than accept a donation right now. If you buy my prints, I guarantee you the work that I would send to you, but it's only domestic right now. I can do international sales, but it has to be electronically, digitally. That means like you would have to go and buy your own print. You would have to print it out yourself, but make sure that you use the right printing store or whoever you print it from, because I do send GIF files for the highest quality of print. So keep that in mind. They are large files, but keep in mind it's about the quality of that print. It's about if you're going to use premium gloss or prima satin gloss, if that's your choice of paper. But guys, please buy a print. It will help me out. It will help me get out of New York City. If you cannot buy a print, if you only could donate, let's say you have a donation idea. You want to donate $20, that's all you can give. You have an option. You have a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. We got a very interesting presence of NYPD over here. Maybe they got sick of hearing my videos. Me complaining about how unjust you guys are. You guys try. What's even? Let me clarify something. It wasn't NYPD that wanted to charge me. It was Amtrak that wanted to charge me with the crime of what is it? Misdemeanor aggravated assault or something like that. And I was like, wait, I was defending myself. I'm the victim. She is so cute. Oh, my panda. It's the cutest cop I ever seen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm mesmerized by her beauty as a cop. Oh, my panda. Oh, my panda. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know, you guys were like, uh-oh, Panda got a fetish for cops now. And I'm like, no. She's a person. She's a human being. She's a civilian. But in uniform, she's a servant. So, yeah, you can see, yeah, when people put on a uniform, they actually look kind of sexy. I'm just saying, it depends on the person, you know? But with that said, everyone, guys, be the honor to make this person happy today. You guys can make a big difference today. Today's Sunday, okay? You can share this content. You can think about the morality of why I'm leaving New York City. This is all about leaving New York City. To me, it's not a very safe place. I don't sleep very well at night here. Here's the reason why. Guys, listen. I'm sleeping the way I have slept when I was in San Francisco. When we had the second lockdown and everything got shut down. Hotels wouldn't let me in. Hostels were closed because of the shutdowns. That feeling was uncomfortable. This is what I feel in New York City. But it's a beautiful place. But I don't think I can work here structurally because I can't afford the rent. Thinking about it, I literally have to make 70 to 60 grand to order to afford a one-bedroom apartment at least for $13.50. Because at the end of the year, right, I'm gonna be paying what, 30 to 32,000 in rent. So that's included utilities. Maybe that's electric and gas. Maybe in some places. Internet. Yeah, that is a financial cost in New York City. I cannot afford that. Dude, listen. I lived in Wisconsin, went in Winnipeg, Vancouver. Vancouver's expensive, but it's not as expensive as New York City. Okay? But when I was living in Wisconsin, Winnipeg, Seattle, I was paying like, what was it like? Well, for instance, Madison, Wisconsin, and Madison, just in Wisconsin alone, I was paying for maybe, okay, so 2009 to 2011, I was paying $820 for a 3-bedroom apartment. That's including me, Chie, and Jury. Chie moved out, Jury stayed, it was just me and Jury. And then we got some other girl we had to kick out because she didn't pay her rent, and she was a psychopath. And, still, rent went up, but that same apartment right now is going for about $1,200. That was 10 years ago. Keep that in mind. Over 10 years ago. Now that apartment is like $1,200, which is acceptable for me. Oh, don't forget it. That's Union Square. Hello. Where is this? This is East Side. This is Union. Actually, this is Madison Park. This is at the Flatiron District. We were at Union Square yesterday. Union Square is just, that place is just crawling with thieves and crawling with people. That's not a very safe environment. Right now, I got my back turned against my gear. The thieves don't want to come into this neighborhood because it's so protected. Yeah, these neighborhoods here are so protected by NYPD. They got cameras, surveillance, CCTVs everywhere. But if you go to Penn Station, there's cameras everywhere, but it's too cluttered. Too many people. You got the drug dealers, you got the homeless, you got the mental health, you got the rational people that don't want the homeless in the city at all. Yeah, you got a mix of everybody. You guys are on my tripod. I took the tripod out this time. You met dangerous out. Wait. Dark Man says you met dangerous, out of control, disabled people who attack him. No. You have. See, let me explain. You have people with mental health situations. Those are not. To me, that is a disabled victim. But I'm talking about those that literally do it just to do it for fun. Yes, you have people out there that were willing to do it for fun, just to hurt people. So with that said, everyone, I just want to explain why I've been so quiet lately in my videos. I haven't really been posting the last 3 days. Plus, I've been kind of low. I'm very super low on money. Even though I just sold a print, but I end up having to buy another frame because the frame broke while in my transportation hands yesterday. Now, the person brought it a few days ago, and I told the person that I won't get to it until Saturday. But when I brought the frame, I broke the frame. I dropped it from like chest height. It broke. I had to go buy another one. So this is why we have not been eating. We have been trying to save money for the last couple of days. We also are saving money because we want to buy our Amtrak ticket. But like I said in this video, you guys can make that difference. You guys can really make that difference. You guys can actually go ahead and buy a print from my website. Go check out my work. I really want to hang up my work in your home. So with that said, everyone, please, that's how you can support. This is how we're going to end up buying our ticket, get out of here much faster than expected. But as I said, guys, you guys want to financially support the channel instead, you can buy a print. There's always a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. But here's another reason why we want to move out of New York City. I feel like I don't fit in New York City, and I truly don't fit in. Because people look at me and they immediately know that I'm not from New York City. They're like, where are you from? You're not from New York City, are you? They immediately know. That means I'm a freaking dead giveaway. I'm such a dead giveaway. This makes me sometimes vulnerable to those criminals. Like, oh, you're not from New York? Oh, yeah. I'm going to rob your punk ass. Yeah. That's the sensation that I get when I see some individuals on the streets. When they look at my gear, when they look at my wagon, they're like, they look really hard and they tweak their eyes. They look really hard. Yeah, I try to avoid places like that. Now it's getting nice outside. There's going to be more people outside. Yeah, this is why I kind of like winter. There's no one outside in winter. But with that said, everyone, please take the time out to think about my situation. I've been traveling since the pandemic started. I moved back to Vancouver, then we went to Portland. Then we thought that was a good move until we wanted to explore more. What's going on in San Francisco? That was the stupidest idea during the pandemic, to go to San Francisco. So I'm not going to do that again. Not going to do that. No. Yeah? Not going to do that again. Or did we just do it again? Because we came to New York City and kind of experienced the same thing that we experienced in San Francisco. We got robbed in San Francisco multiple times. We got into altercations multiple times. I didn't break my phone as much, but I broke my wagon so many damn times of going up and down those hills in New York City. Because keep in mind, guys, in San Francisco, not New York City. In San Francisco, there are hills. If you watch episode 199 of full photo series, I'm an asthmatic recipient. I literally pushed 220 pounds up a steep San Francisco, California hill and almost passed the fuck out. Doing that on a live stream. That was the most stupidest thing I ever done, and I never would do it again. Keep that in mind. I thought I can do it. I did it. I achieved my goal. And this is when my friend TP, Thomas, phone TP, he was like, hey man, you gotta be careful, dude. You can't push yourself like that because we are, mind you, Thomas is also another YouTuber, but he's also another filmmaker and a friend. He came back to New York. He was living in Florida for years, right? Me and him used to skate. When I used to come to New York City when I was a kid, we used to rollerblade together. He's watched that video and said, hey man, you pushing it, dude. You pushing it like that time on the rollerblades. Remember what happened at Riverside? Dude, it was a contest. This is the NIST qualifications to join the ASA. I literally pushed it to so far that I literally passed out in the middle of my run. That's what he was referring to. So we don't want any, I haven't had any really no asthma issues quite as bad when I had them in San Francisco, because San Francisco has guys, I also have allergens. Those allergens are tree, mold, and grass. Yes. So right now, tree is high as fuck. This is why I'm sniffing a lot. That's what you can hear in my voice. Sniffing, spitting, mucus, nasty. I know, it's disgusting. All the way from Russia. Well, I appreciate you coming all the way down, all the way tuning in all the way from Russia. So let me ask you this question, if you don't mind me, Tepa, from Russia. What is your views about the war on Ukraine? Because it's hurting your people, it's hurting your rubles, it's hurting your economic, financial way of life in Russia right now. So I want to know, do you want your president to stop? Because your people do not deserve this. People that don't want the war, that have to suffer through the war. Yes, there are Russians that actually do not want this war, that are going to jail. Did you guys watch carefully that you got Russian children going to jail for protesting against the war in Russia? Yeah. So, keep in mind, not everyone's evil. But I appreciate it all the way from Russia. Join in my live stream. But with that said, everyone, it's a Sunday. It's a beautiful, partly sunny day. It's going to rain later on tonight, though. The clouds are going to roll in this afternoon, later on this evening. That's for sure. We're going to try to avoid that as much as possible. But with that said, everybody, get your Shack burger from right here. Look at the line. Look at the line. Look at this line. It's ridiculous. Look at that line. All for a burger. All of that for a cheeseburger. And mind you, overpriced burger too. I don't know. I don't eat meat. I don't know what's so crazy about the hamburger. But listen, I can make you guys a fucking super sick banh tofu sandwich. Or I can make you a bonsai burger itself, or I can make you a vegan burrito. Spicy, medium, or non-spicy. It's up to you. But trust me, it'd be better than that damn burger. But with that said, everyone, no, I don't hate on meat. I just $22 for a burger? Are you serious right now? Dude, $22 buy me 3 meals for 3 days. On a serious note, But with that said, everyone, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you guys decide if you want to support this channel or continue to support this channel. You want to buy a print, because we have to leave New York City. And the best place I can recommend right now is Portland. But with that said, I appreciate you guys tuning in to listen to my story, or you want to call it a rant. That's up to you. I can't force people to listen to me, but I have to try to get the message out so I can make it clear that you cannot make assumptions about me wanting to stay in New York City when we said no, we do not want to stay in New York City. And then when we were trying to leave New York City, we did not want to pay a $700 ticket. That was in March. Mind you, we were in the hostel. Things were kind of looking up. We got a $5,000 donation due GoFundMe because people saw my video on Invisible People. People respected the fact that I wasn't trying to converse someone into giving something to me in fair way, in a fair practice. No, I wanted to tell my story first before anyone made that decision, and I did. That helped me pay my bills, over bills that I needed to pay, owed the bank $1,000. That, yeah, because I need my credit report to go back up. So, with that said, and you got a lot of these homeless delivery drivers or bikers that are homeless sleeping around this area at night too. So keep that in mind. Get a lot of homeless delivery people that are homeless. But with that said, everyone, I try to emphasize stories. I try to do my best to not try to overshadow why this channel exists, because I'm a photographer and a videographer. I educate people about the photographies that I have learned because I'm self-taught. I didn't went to school for this. I went to school for something else, and then I dropped out, and then now I am trying to establish something that I passionately been loving since I was 12 years old, and then got really into it when I was 14 years of age. So I just want people to understand, like, listen, I'm just telling the story, that's all. Just trying to get it out there. I'm not a big fan of New York City at this time. There's a lot of hatred, a lot of crime. I've been in unsafe situations. I've been in situations where I was safe, like in March. We were in a hostel. Remember that? We had a YouTube stalker visit us at the hostel, causing problems. We had to move from one hostel to another because of that. So yeah, doesn't matter where you are, there are going to be people out there that are going to judge and dislike you. Then you're going to have people that are going to love you for what you do and what you are and what you believe in. So, with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Please, you guys want to buy me ramen this afternoon for breakfast or for lunch or dinner? PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. But if you guys want to support the channel so we can buy our expensive Amtrak ticket, get out of here, because I am not paying extra money for my luggage. That's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'd rather take Amtrak, and the luggage fees are free. And since I'm a member of Amtrak and have membership points, I can actually access VIP points. So, with that said, please buy a print. Go to my website, check out my work. Go to my Instagram, check out my work. Please let me know what kind of print that you want. Cannot be about people unless it's street photography. But let me show you one of these prints before we get out of here. Let me show you one of these beautiful prints. This is an 8x10 with a thin bezel design, as you can see. And this is going to Mr. Lee. if you want to print from any of my Instagram, my Instagram account is the same as my YouTube channel, The Panda Photographer. All the links are down exactly the way I would pronounce Timmy. So if you ever watch South Park, I go Timmy. That's yeah, Timid. Yeah, TMIDD. But anyway, what's going on? I'm trying to sell prints so I can get the hell out of New York City. I mean, I'm officially done. I just wanted to explain why I've been so silent.